the one thing you need to stop being lonely as an adult man is not what you think. Okay, it's not confidence. It's not knowing how to tell stories. It's not being interesting. It's none of that. And we're going to get to that, okay? And I get it. Loneliness as an adult man feels like shit. You're surrounded by people, especially if you're in a big city. That's the paradoxical thing, right? You're just surrounded by people and you feel like they're not within reach, like they live in a completely different world. You feel like you're the only person who's that lonely. Like you feel like they got it figured out, like they got their friends and family. A lot of them don't, actually. And it feels like you cannot connect with them. But you're a human, they're humans, and there is a way to connect with them. So before we get to the one thing you need to have or to develop, you do have to make sure that you meet people, okay? Because the days of complaining about being lonely and not doing anything about it are over, okay? You're gonna get out there and meet people. That can be, by checking if there's any events in your city on meetup.com or Eventbrite or whatever it is. Go on your local Facebook groups. People still use them. Post a message saying that you want to meet people. That's another thing you can do. Another thing you can do is check with your acquaintances if you have any. You probably do. And be like, hey, I want to do something on Saturday. Thinking of bringing a bunch of people together. Feel free to bring people as well. And maybe you're going to meet a bunch of people that way, okay? And you'll be the guy who brings people together, which people appreciate, okay? Another thing you're going to do is you're going to talk to strangers as often as possible. What I'm talking about is just asking the barista how her day went, just saying hi to someone on the street for no reason. Even making boring small talk oh, it's hot today, isn't it? Just, listen, small talk sucks when that's all you do. You meet someone and you just do talk about the weather for 20 minutes. That's ridiculous. But if you just talking to a stranger on the street, just do it. It's just a way to have a small connection with someone and to get comfortable with talking with people. Now, once you've met a bunch of people, if you need to go through that phase, because maybe you do know a lot of people already and you still feel lonely, which makes sense because you can know a lot of people, meet a lot of people, and still feel terribly lonely because you don't have that one thing, which is vulnerability. More specifically, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and encouraging the other person to be vulnerable as well. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want that. I've tried it before. I got hurt. People hurt me. I don't want it. Okay. If that's you, that's your choice. It's a choice. I mean, at this point, loneliness is a choice because you don't want to get hurt because what life sucks sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it does. That's the thing. If you want to get close to people, you got to take that risk. Just like finding romantic love. And a lot of people don't want to do that anymore either. But I'm optimistic, and I tend to think, it's the pain is worth it. And the pain is real. I'm not discounting that. But if you're thinking, I don't want to get hurt anymore, well, this channel is not for you, and I don't know why you're watching this, right? If you're watching this, it probably means that you want to stop being lonely. So you're gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to start doing the necessary things, and being vulnerable is non-negotiable. There's no way to truly connect with someone if you're not willing to just pour your heart out, and to let the person know, the person being the potential friend, or friends plural, hopefully, without letting them, you need to let them know that they can do that with you as well, I have connected with people that way after just knowing them for a couple of hours. I know this one guy, we met in Valencia. We met maybe like 4 or 5 times. And at some point, like, he's telling me about his life. And he's like, you know what, Matthew? Or Mathieu. My name is Mathieu. Matthew is fine as well. He's like, you know what, Matthew? Everything I'm telling you right now, I've never told anybody. And I was like, what? Like, not even your best friends? Like, no, not even my best friends. And then I invited him to my men's circle. It's a men's group. We just talk and we just, like, vulnerable together, and it's awesome. You should do it. You should join one or start one yourself. Let me know if you need tips for that. He came to the men's circle, and he was talking about the fact that he's not capable of being vulnerable with his friends and talking about his problems to his friends because he's afraid of being a burden. And so I asked him, like, okay, so if your best friend said that, if he said, I don't want to talk to my best friend because I'm afraid that it's going to annoy him, I'm going to bother him, I'm going to be a burden, how would you react? What would you think? And he said, well, I would slap him in the face, and I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're my best friend. Of course you can talk to me, right? And yet, he was afraid to talk to his best friend. So, and a lot of people are like that. A lot of guys are like that. There's a loneliness epidemic. Okay, you've heard of this. I talk about this. It's really bad for men right now. And you may feel like you're the only one who's lonely. But there's so many other guys out there who would love to connect with you on a deeper level. Okay? So please take that risk, because you will form some beautiful friendships, and it's the most important thing in life. I mean, social connection is really the most important. I'm not crying, by the way. I've been sweating, which is okay. Guys can cry. That's totally fine. You should find a friend to cry with. But this happens to be sweat. This time it's sweat. So yeah, I hope that this is going to help you get out there and connect with other men. With that said, go out there and make some friends. Wait, I almost forgot to psychologically manipulate you into subscribing and liking the video. So please do that, because it's going to help me, it's going to help you, because I'm going to put out more better content, and it's going to help a lot of other men out there. So I appreciate your support.